Greetings. See how that's like. Greetings, greetings. Greetings, peace, 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 peace. Peace. I'm about to have an auction for Isis. We better have an auction out here for Isis. Who want Isis? My kids will be so devastated. I'm about to put you on live so we can have a live auction for you. Your mama about to burn us all up. Peace, beloved. She's young. She's only she was born in August. She was born a week before my birthday. So she's only a couple months old. She's bad as hell though. I have called my baby. I have actually texted her. She acting funny. She acting funny. Sage burning. No, I'm burning cinnamon. I'm burning cinnamon. Cinnamon. I had to move stuff off my table. I came in this morning. She done jumped on my little cart. Right now she on the, hold on y'all. See, this is why I'm talking about this. She's about to get kicked out. Hold on, I'm about to show y'all why she about to get kicked out. Can you see that? Can you see the fact that, where's she at? This is what we talking about. This right here. This. Okay. This is why she getting ready to get auctioned out. Isis. You see what I'm talking about? This is why. This is why Isis is about to get put out. This is why the Hulk is about to come get her. I'm just saying. This is why. She done jumped up on the altar and now tearing up my box that I put my cards in because it's got leather and stuff. Yes, it's a rabbit sitting here tearing shit up. See, you sounded like my daddy. My daddy said, oh, she about to be Stu. No, Isis is a bunny. And she on Alekba part. I don't know what Alekba has been calling in. My son came. Hold on, y'all. I just got to show y'all what I've been dealing with today. While I get her off of here. Oh. You know better. You sitting here tearing stuff up. You know better. No. Okay. So she's in here jumping on my altar on the Alekba part. Okay. Eating up my leather case. My son claimed that he was coming to check on the bunny. All right. This is the Leo. He claimed he was coming to check on the bunny. I have a money bar on my altar that has been sitting there for a very long time. There's a whole chunk missing out the whole damn bar. He done took a chunk out of Alekba candy. Do you see this? You see this? This is what's been going on today. This is what I have to deal with. A whole chunk. He comes in the room. I said, you got chocolate on your face. Where you get chocolate from? Where you get chocolate? Okay. You took that off of Alekba part? Let's see how that work out for you, bro. I'm going to see how that work out for you. Let's see how that play out for you. This is the same child that last year he was taking the cars off of Alekba's altar. Papa Alekba altar. I was like, between you and Isis. Between you and Isis. Oh my God. Where in the South am I from? I'm from North Carolina. You hear this accent. I don't sound like I'm from Georgia. I'm trying to think of where everybody. I feel like I sound like I'm from North Carolina a little bit. Charlotte, North Carolina. Isn't it a big? I was like, oh, he made sure he got a whole. Him and Isis gonna be sitting on the doorstep. Him and Isis gonna sit on the doorstep. Gonna be sitting on the doorstep, both of them. Okay, y'all. I really wanted to jump on here. I've been having a lot of questions, and I always get this. This is like a #1 popular question. I always get people asking me about how to protect themselves. Okay? How to protect themselves. You said, do I feed them? The thing is greedy. How to protect themselves from negative energy. This is like a #1 question that comes in my inbox. I always have somebody feeling like they're being spiritually attacked. Somebody setting like roots against them. Somebody is sending whatever. Somebody done planted your drawers in the backyard. I don't know. It's all somebody. I've had people, inbox me talking about, they found out they mate them put that special juice, that special sauce in they spaghetti sauce. If you from the South, you know what I'm talking about. They always tell you don't eat women spaghetti in the South. Don't be eating our spaghetti. That's what they say. So this is my thing with curse, or being cursed, or being a victim of those type of dynamics. Exactly, Queen. You have to understand who you are. This is about power. This is about mastery of self. This is about operating in your highest frequency. When you understand that you are a master alchemist, when you understand who you are, okay, you will start to understand that no one can send anything against you. This is on some Bible shit. No weapons formed against me will prosper. You really have to have that in your mindset. Nothing that is formed against me will prosper. It ain't even gonna make it to your doorstep, boo. I never operate in fear. Peace, beloved. Peace, everyone that's coming in. I never operate in fear. That doesn't make sense. For me to stand here, or sit here, and say that I'm a goddess, that I believe in my goddess energy. How in the world do I feel that you even have the capability to box with God? Your arm's too short to box with God. And you have to operate in that mindset consistently to really understand that anybody who is petty enough, that has enough time in their day, because that requires some work. If I'm getting ready to cast a spell against you, if I'm getting ready to take my time to do any type of like root work or whatever against you, #1, I ain't got no life. I don't have no life. Because why am I even entertaining your energy? Why am I even putting myself in the space or mindset that I even feel like anything that you can conjure up against me can even manifest? That means you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself. We got helicopters flying. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in your squad, your goons. You don't believe in nobody that is in your whole spiritual realm. if you really feel that someone can set a curse or any dynamic against you, that means you ain't doing your due diligence. You ain't walking in this the right way. And I'm so serious about this. Like, when I say that, I'm like, you are not walking in your power. Because if you walking in your power, you have a clear understanding that nothing that can form against you will prosper. Peeps. Like, that's it. Period. There's no extra. Well, what if? No. Well, if there was a possibility, if it happens, that means that you are weak. So that means you're not operating and walking in your shit. So, and you have to suffer the consequences. And now you need to get your vibration and get your shit back together. Get your vibration back up. So you can operate on a frequency that is going to allow nothing but positivity, nothing but love, nothing but light to come to you. Everything that happens in the external world, in this third dimension world, is a reflection of what's going on with us. So if you got chaos going on in your world, please, or you're viewing it. I'm not even going to say if you got chaos. If you are viewing it, so that means your perspective is looking at it as it's chaotic. Your perspective is looking at it as it being something that is just so negative. This is your shit. You have to start back and say, let me sit down and understand, what am I projecting? What am I setting out in the universe? Because that's the only way you're going to experience chaos and confusion. And I'm not saying that we are not exempt from challenges, lessons, but you have to view it as that. This is a lesson. It's an opportunity for growth. There's still some stuff that you need to work on. And we all have things that we need to work on. I've had a couple of situations this year where I was just like, oh, okay. It might take me off guard. It made me do a little stutter step, and I'll be like, okay, I got y'all. I see what y'all did with that. I thought I was good. I thought I did all my work. I've been working hard. Y'all know my favorite line. I feel like I've been drinking my water. I'm alkaline. I'm eating my greens. I'm meditating on a regular basis. Damn, I ain't got it together yet. Y'all still teaching me shit? I don't want to learn no more. I don't want to learn. But it really comes down. Exactly. The challenges are lessons. They are opportunity for growth. Every time that you have something that you feel like, it is taking so much away from you, that's an opportunity for growth. What is it showing you? What is it showing you? Damn, I walk out here, get up the street, car break down. Okay, well, the universe making room for you to get a new car. Stop looking at it as a negative thing. Like, damn. Like, people will go through situations and be feeling like they whole day jacked up. Oh, not another bill. I can't afford this. Da, da, da. They already spin into a negative energy. And you have to be in a mindset where you understand that there are going to be triggers and there are going to be dynamics that try to take you off course, especially when you are trying your best to stay on course. But you heard the word that I said. You're trying. You're not doing. You're not striving. You're trying. Try means to fail. So you already have subconsciously created these obstacles in your way and you don't even realize it. You've already subconsciously put that energy out there for these different dynamics to pop up. So going back to the original topic, you can only be cursed because you are not empowering yourself. You can only be cursed because you don't know who you truly are. You can only be cursed if you're not walking in your shit. Quit letting these people hype y'all up to believe, and then y'all be spending like 500, 5,000. I done heard some crazy numbers. Y'all be spending all this money, be like, oh, can you come and can you get this curse off of me? No. I tell people straight up, no, I can't. Because you already operating in a low vibration. You operating in a low frequency. I can't reverse that. You got to reverse that. You got to get out your own way. I can burn all these damn candles, but you're going to put yourself right back in the same position. I can do all of this work, but if your mind has not elevated to the space that it needs to be in to keep you in this zen, to keep you in this divinely protected bubble, you got me wasting time. I ain't ready to sit at my altar burning no damn candles for you and you sitting there operating in low frequency. That's a waste of my time. I'm over here working on big shit. I don't have time to be working on stuff that you should already be mastering. We real good and grown right now. You should already be in the space that if we are in this journey, that you understand, you know what, this came into my cipher because I'm operating in a low frequency. This came into my dynamic because I didn't use discernment. Y'all walking up in stores that the people, you could feel the bad energy. You feel the bad juju before you get to the store. And you still feel like you gonna go up in there anyway. Your ass is Superwoman now. You Superman. You play with fire, you gonna get your ass burned. Stop doing that. Use discernment. That's why you are walking in the energy that you walking in. Quit walking in front of that damn bus. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Pay attention to the energy that you consistently put out. Make sure that you are consistently on a daily basis working on yourself. Daily basis. Every day you should be waking up and speaking life into your day, into who you are. It should be a ritual. You get up, you need to be putting on your oils. You need to be putting on your crystals if you feel like that's what you need to do. Whatever it is that you feel that you need to do in order to create the environment for your mind to get there. Because the ritual is just to trick your subconscious into believing that you God. That's really what it is, because y'all don't believe it. A lot of people walking around and you don't believe it. You have not digested your true divine nature. You have not digested that you have a direct connection to God energy, to divinity, to an unlimited source of power. So you feel like you're susceptible to the BS. You got to be in a space where you say, what do I need to create in this beginning of my journey? If you are just beginning, because everybody's not going to get it like that. I get that. But if you are just beginning to walk in this journey, and it's very hard for you to digest because now you're in a space of unlearning to relearn. So it's hard for you to digest that you have the power and the capability that you have. What do you need to put in place? What do you need to create to actually learn or trick your subconscious, hush and silence your ego so your higher self can show up? What do you need to put in place? in order for you to believe it, in order for you to know it, not just believe it, but know it. You should know it the same way that y'all, when y'all was Christian, y'all was believing in God. When you was little, you was believing in Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy or whatever it was for you. You should have that whole type of blind faith in yourself. Pour that same type of energy in yourself. The same way y'all believe in the government. Y'all should have that same belief for yourself. And understand what your real power is. No weapons formed against you can prosper. Trust me when I say it. You just have to believe it. You have to know it. You have to walk in it. This is not something that you have to second guess. I feel when people are trying. I will say that. I can feel it when you're trying to do something. I always feel it when somebody's trying to do. We're like, did you just try me? Oh, I'm going to give you credit for that. I'm going to give you credit that you really thought you could box with me. I know who I am. I don't second guess it. I don't doubt it. Right. Shannon, gonna have me all off of Instagram. I don't second guess or doubt who I am. I know who I am. I understand what my capabilities are. I understand how powerful I am. I don't have to like brag or boast about it. I don't have to like flaunt it all over social media. This is not me. I just stand in who I am. And that's what I want to see happen for y'all. I want to see y'all stand in who you are. I want to see y'all really operating your power. Like I said, I don't want to be the one that hinders you from your greatness. I want to see y'all actually achieve your greatness. I want to see you actually own it. Because the way that I believe in it for myself and the way that some of y'all see it in me, I need you to see it in you. I'm just a reflection. I am an absolute reflection of everyone that comes and gravitates to me. So what I am, you are too. You just got to be in the space that you actually owning that shit. And I get it because like I said, it take a minute for it to trigger in your subconscious that you are actually more than what they told us. More than what we taught. More than even your parents taught you. But soon as you get it, your world change. You ain't worried about the third dimensional stuff. You know what I mean? You ain't worried about it. Peace, beloved. Peace, Billy. You're not worried about it. The stuff that y'all find that is important, like these little, I ain't gonna name names. I ain't gonna say no names. Let me find a nice name. These low vibrational energies that y'all be all upset and in a tizzy because you gotta damn stop dealing with them, or the universe done took them out your life, or your heart broke because somebody had to leave. There won't be no, it won't hold no weight no more. You'll be like, oh. That job, you felt like it provided so much comfort for you. Yeah, it's not the same no more. Things are not the same when you really understand who you are, what you are capable of, and what you're supposed to be walking in. Okay? Be like, it's none of the stuff that we hold on to so tight in this third dimension has as much power over us when you start operating from a higher navigation, from a higher power. Okay? Yep, it's me. I don't understand my purpose is the statement that you made. Let me say this. Sometimes I think we get too focused on what's my purpose. And this is a new revelation of mine. Like it's a destination. Your purpose is just being. Your purpose might have been to give birth if you have children to that person that's going to spark like a revolution in the world. Your purpose might have been to give a hug to somebody who is about to kill themselves. Your purpose might have been to come in and change the way that your mother sees things so she can do something different with her life. Your purpose could have been making someone smile that day that they felt like the world was coming to an end for them. Our purpose is ever going. It's an everlasting journey. It's not a destination that we get to all of a sudden. I remember at one time, and I used to say this all the time, especially when I left out of fashion. I was just feeling like, I was like, God, I spent 20 years in fashion and I was supposed to be doing this part. I was supposed to be teaching. I was supposed to spread light into the world. And I had to correct myself because the reason that I got into fashion and the reason I stayed so long was because I wanted to make women feel like a queen, even if it was for a few hours. I felt like women had a hard time embracing and valuing who they were. So if I was able, through my gift, to heal them for that brief moment, to make them smile, to make them feel sexy, to make them feel confident, to make them feel like I'm that when they walk in the room, then that's all I want to do. Everything that I've done has been in a certain dynamic. When I did music, I did it even if it was one person. I remember saying this. I would be happy if one girl sees or identifies with who I am. Because she can see that you don't have to be naked. You don't have to be out here cussing even though my mouth is like a sailor. But you ain't got to cuss every other word. You ain't got to talk about sex. You ain't got to be hypersexual in music. You can actually just speak from experience and grasp people's attention. And I got way more than that. I done went on tour and everything. So I've always done stuff from a very genuine space, wanting to spread my own light, wanting to show who I am from whatever perspective that was, what I wanted people to feel. That's your purpose. How are you sharing who you are? How are you spreading love? How are you spreading love and light on a daily basis? That's your purpose. Quit putting it as a destination. That purpose might constantly evolve and change. Or it might stay the same. Some of y'all came in the world with like, all I want to do. My son has been talking about being a engineer and a builder since I could remember. Probably since he could talk. I got one that always has been talking about being a builder and an engineer, and the other one always been talking about he a warrior. So he gonna be a fighter, apparently. But some people come in the world with that distinct knowing. I came in the world just knowing I wanted to be a creative being that was able to express herself through my art. Whether that was real art, whether that was music, whether that was creating clothing, whether that was speaking on platforms like this. Don't get so caught up in thinking it has to look a certain way. Like, my purpose is to change the world and da-da-da-da. Okay, well, how are you doing that on a daily basis? How are you achieving that? Now, like I said, your purpose could have been just to bring that child in the world. I got a squad, so one of their asses better do something amazing. One of them better make a difference. No, I'm just playing. They all are very dynamic in who they are. And even if they just made a difference in my life, that's enough. That's what their purpose was. Can you lose yourself after being with the wrong person for a long time? You never lose yourself. It never goes anywhere. You never lose yourself. You might lose your way. You might be a little confused, Daisy. I've done that. When I first got married, there was something in me that felt like I had to change who I was. There was something in me that felt like maybe if I just be the ordinary girl next door. Because this was about my perspective at the time. I had an amazing life. Let's be clear. I had an amazing life. By the time I got married, I hadn't been on tour at least once with music. I had already owned 3 boutiques. By that point, yeah, about 3. I had already been all over the world. But I still felt like I was missing something. I still felt like I remember at the time I got married, I felt like, well, maybe things will be a little easier if I just be normal. Because maybe I'm trying to do too much. So I got married and I tried to play the regular girl next door. Changed how I dressed. You know, changed some of my, like, house was colorful before I married that person. Changed how my house was decorated. It was all neutral and regular. Well, it wasn't regular, but it was neutral. It wasn't me all the way. And then one day I woke up. One day I realized, hold on, whose life is this? Who signed up for this life? And that's letting you know that the person is always there. Your higher self never goes anywhere. Who you are never leaves. Now, ego can feel like you lost. The physical self, that other consciousness, will always feel like it's all over the place. Now it's about, how do I awaken my higher self? How do I awaken my true self? Who I really am. Without the labels, without the titles, without all the extra. How do I actually stand and walk in my true self, my integrity? Somebody asked another question. How many children do I have? Dang, you don't know about them? I got 5. I have 2 girls and 3 boys. I have she 22 this year. That's so sad. I think she turned 22 this year. I have a 22-year-old. I have a 20-year-old. She just turned 20. So yeah, I'm thinking the other one is 22. So I have a 22-year-old. I have a 20-year-old. I have a 12-year-old. And I have a soon to be 7-year-old. And I have a 4-year-old. So I have a squad. I got a squad. They all are very amazing. Yes, I got a 20. I keep telling you, I'm 43. I'm 43. I'm out here. That's why I can tell y'all, I can give y'all so much wisdom. I'm 43 out this mud. 43. I told y'all I'm knocking on 50. Knocking on 50. Right there. I'm knocking on 50. Thank y'all. Don't be gassing my head up on here. Don't gas me up. You said, how do I do it? Man, by the grace of God. By the grace of God. I have a very great support system that has allowed me to, like, I definitely intentionally chose my family. When my grandmother was living, my grandmother used to get my girls for like the summer, so I could, or if I had to go, like I used to always like have to go on these trips. Like I always been a go-getter. So my grandmother used to like watch my children for me. I had my parents, my family, like I have an amazing support system. So I know I intentionally chose my family when I came into this universe. I knew what I had to do, and in order for me to do the things that I needed to do this lifetime, I know I intentionally chose my tribe. And at the time when I was younger, I didn't realize how amazing my tribe was. It took for me to get a little age to me. Took a little. Now them boys, whew, that's why I be sitting down now. The girls was easy because they was good. They ain't never get in no trouble. Like I had really amazing girls. When they got older, that's when they started making me, my eye hurt. They started making my eye twitch. And it was by the time they was already at the house, by the time my eye was twitching. I was like, really? But I honor roll students. All my kids have always been honor roll students. My babies have never like had me at the police house or at school office for nothing crazy. The one time I had to go to school to blank, it wasn't because of my daughter. I've had an amazing, when I tell y'all, like, I've had a lot of craziness. Let me be clear, because sometimes I think y'all, some people, when I say I've had an amazing life, people think that I haven't been through anything. I've been through a lot. Oh, trust me, I done been through some shit. I done been through some stuff that would break the average person. I done been kidnapped. I done been raped. I done been molested. I done went through some real shit. But I've never lost hope. I've never lost sight. I've always found stillness or a sense of peace or an understanding in everything, which is interesting. And I know that that's been a part of my journey. That's why I am the person that I am now, is because I've been always able to find a sense of stillness in my journey. I've always been able to become victorious past stuff. Even in the midst, I promise y'all, I've always operated opposite, like the complete opposite of what people think you're supposed to do. You know, sometimes you feel like, damn, if that would have happened. It's been plenty of times where stuff happened, and I remember, like, when I was in college and some stuff was happening to me, I remember my friends and family that was up there with me was ready to go break this dude's neck. Literally. And I was just like, no, ain't no need. The universe will deliver what, and I wasn't even in this part of my journey yet. I was just like, the universe will deliver whatever needs to be delivered. Karma always have an amazing effect. Always have an amazing effect. So I've always found a stillness in my chaos. When something was happening, I always get real still and I get real quiet. And I observe from a height. I've always been able to detach and observe from a different space. Somebody said, will we be connected with family in our afterlife? Sometimes you will. Sometimes you will. Sometimes you will consistently be brought back because you and whoever that person is might have a specific mission, if that makes sense. It's crazy because, like, even me and my mate, we got an interesting story. But my mate, I remember in the beginning of our dating and our courtship, we were revealed some things through meditation and through dreams, and realized that we have been brought together almost every journey, every life cycle. We've had a moment of us being together, being torn apart, being separated because of what we were trying to create, the things that we were supposed to come together to create. And it's crazy because there was always this energy on how we were supposed to stay together. I'm sorry, it's this little fruit fly trying to kill me. So it's interesting that certain people will come back. Certain people you do have a divine connection with, and you keep recycling back with that person. You keep recycling back. You're welcome, beloved. Make sure you listen. I don't know when did you you chimed in. I hope you chimed in from the beginning, but make sure you go back to the beginning and listen. I don't even want to Carew. Y'all know I would jack somebody's name up. You don't like being alone. Can you save this live, please? Yes, I will. It'll be on my YouTube. The growth of you in an amazing. Oh, I appreciate that. Do I mentor people one-on-one? I don't have time. I used to think that I could, and I have people that like it. There's not a restriction on you inboxing me or anything like that. Y'all are always welcome to DM me. I might not get to it as prompt as I should sometimes because I do have a life. Like I just told y'all, I got 5 kids. I be having one that's in Washington, and then I'll be on her schedule whenever we can talk. And these boys, y'all just saw what happened to my candy bar. This is what happened when you when you take your eyes off. And then for whatever reason, I decided to get ISIS. Man, listen. Yes, I got it working again. I figured it out. Whatever reason. Now I'm dealing with ISIS, tearing up my stuff, eating cards, and my son sitting here taking chunks out of Elect Boss candy. I'm like, you is not getting ready to have me dealing with that energy right now. Now I got to go buy some more candy because of him. And he's always drawn. The interesting part about my son, that's crazy to me, he's always drawn to Elect Boss part of the altar. That's always, he don't mess with nothing else. He always goes straight to Elect Boss. Straight to it. Every time. So, I don't know. I want to go back. I'm trying to read everybody's stuff. Kiki, if you don't let that situation go, I just read your dissertation on here. Listen, when people come in our life and if they do us wrong in our mind, they are intentional. They are a part of the journey. They came in our life for a reason, to teach us a very valuable lesson. You have to be still enough to understand what was the lesson. Quit looking at it like, why me? Why did that happen? Why did you do it to me? No. They came to show you a valuable lesson. A very valuable lesson. And you have to really be honest and truthful and have that mirror out to say, what was the lesson? What am I missing? What did this trigger? Because you purposely picked that person to trigger this karmic reaction. Can you schedule a reading? What time is it? Not today. Tomorrow. I'll do some readings tomorrow. I think I got yeah, I'll do some readings tomorrow. I ain't doing the readings today. My mouth is just like starting to come back to normal. I had dental work done yesterday, so my whole side of my face was swollen and sore. You deeply in love with somebody who doing you wrong. Y'all, see, this is why y'all can't be my kids for real. I might come on here later on. It depends on how my Bambino's doing this evening. Please understand that is not love. That means that you don't love yourself enough yet. If you want my honest answer. When we love our abuser more than we love ourselves, we don't love ourselves yet. That's like consistently saying that, and this is something that I don't never understand anyway. I don't never understand why we are in a space that we will constantly put stuff in our body, constantly put ourselves in a situation to be abused, to be neglected, to be treated a certain way. We constantly would do that, knowing it ain't good for us. That's like you drinking a Coke. You know that shit ain't good for you. You know it's eating up your insides, and you still gonna do it. You don't love yourself yet. You need to work on how do you increase your own self-love. Because the more you love yourself, ooh, girl, let me tell you, the day that I really started getting into more of a space that I was loving myself more, ooh, it was a whole lot of stuff. I was like, no, I don't want no toxic dick. I don't want no toxic food. I don't want no toxic conversation. If it's toxic, I don't want it. No. So keep that shit away from me. No. You can smell it coming a mile away. You can smell it coming. You toxic as hell. So you got to be in a space that you really say, how much do I love myself? It's really, and it's, I say it's simple because of how I think. Okay? And I'm not saying that you're not going to be tested. I'm not saying that. There are going to be situations and dynamics that come up, and you're going to like, it'll have a very sneaky way, especially ego. Ego has a very sneaky way of allowing something to throw us off track because this flesh is weak. Okay? So you have to be so disciplined. That moment that you slipping up is room. It allows room, like I said, for those curses to come through. It allows room for you to make a mistake. And I don't want to call it a mistake. It'll allow room for you to like slip and realize like, oh shit, I've been slipping. I'm slipping. You have to be in a space where you start understanding your boundaries, sticking to those boundaries. Why are they here? Because they're there to protect you. Until you get to the space that you're strong enough to operate and stand in your own self-love. Self-love is a beautiful thing. It's the most amazing thing you can experience. Because I'm telling you, when I was going through my little 3-year hiatus, I was in that 3-year hiatus like, that's when dudes is popping out. Like, I remember one of my guys that I used to date used to love me some him. Love me some him. I felt like why we can't just get it right? I don't understand. We got the same mindset. The sex is good. It was really good. Listen, you got a good job. You got stability. We click. Natural chemistry. But he was not the one. And there was boundaries he was overstepping because I was allowing him to overstep them. There were boundaries that he was, blatantly being disrespectful to because of who he was. And it wasn't that. It was in a space that I ain't never had no man to be just straight out disrespectful. But for what I wanted. And for what he wanted in his life. We just didn't match. So I had to make that decision one day, like, and this was during my 3-year thing. Like in the beginning, it was like, no. I know I'm very clear on what my boundaries are. I'm very clear on what it is that I need for my life. And if you can't adhere to those boundaries, rules, regulations, terms and conditions, as I posted in that video, if you can't adhere to these terms and conditions, then we need to just continue to be friends. And that's okay. I'm okay with just being your friend. Self-love, most important thing you could do in your whole life. Because you'll start to get in that space where you're like, nah, I don't care how good it is. I don't care. You can keep that over there. All of it. I don't care how amazing you might seem, how much chemistry we might have, how much I think I love you. I can't love you more than I love myself. That don't even make no good sense. I'm just saying. I can't love you more than I love myself. I remember even telling that brother that. I was like, whatever it was that I was putting my foot down on, I was like, I love myself more. I was like, I love you. Let's not get that twisted. But I love myself more. And because I love myself more, I have to let you go on and walk out that damn door. I can't do it. So be in a space that you're very intentional. Be in a space that you really understand what self-love looks like. Most of the time, y'all don't even know what self-love is or what it looked like. What is it? How do you operate in it? The choices that you make. It's like eating food. Are you going to feed yourself McDonald's every day? Some of y'all are. But that's my point. It's just like eating food. Would you live off of honey buns every day? That's all you had. You know that you got live, fresh fruits and vegetables, which you know is good for you. And then you got honey buns. And the universe or whatever the situation is like, you got to choose which one you're going to live off of every day. Are you going to, would you choose the honey buns? Some of y'all would. But you're supposed to choose the fresh fruits and vegetables. Like I said, you got to have the same type of love for you that you would have for a newborn child. You ain't going to sit there and give the newborn child Kool-Aid every day. Some of y'all would. Some of y'all would. But what's the right thing to do? You should be breastfeeding your child. Every time you... That's ego. Ego telling you think about your kids. That's just an excuse. Because at the end of the day, let's be clear, your kids want you to be happy. At the end of the day, the question I remember when I got my divorce that actually struck a chord with me. I don't remember what I was reading. I'm going to try to find the book that I was reading so I can tell y'all what it was. I remember asking myself the question, if my daughter came to me with the same situation, if my daughter came to me in the same situation, would I be okay with it? And my answer was no. That's how I made my choice. If I can't see that it would be okay for the ones that I love unconditionally, why would I feel like it's okay for me? And nothing makes it complicated but our own ego. This shit ain't complicated. It's black and white. You creating a gray area because that's where you want to feel good at. That's your comfort zone. Our gray area is our comfort zone. It might be about to cut me off. I don't know. It just paused all of a sudden. The gray area is the comfort zone. It's black and white. Is this serving your highest self, or is this directly in conflict with your highest self? If you know it's directly in conflict with your highest self, then you need to we're not doing toxic in 2020. We're not. Okay? Really understand. Your self-love and your self-care is so much more important than anything in the world. You cannot be the mother or the father that you need to be for those children. You can't be who you need to be if you are not truly taking care of yourself. Because then you're showing them to how to live and stay in toxic relationships. Don't think that they don't see it. How many of us had parents that were married for 40 plus years and they was miserable as hell? Okay? Ryan, you have more than nothing or no one. You have yourself, and that's enough. You are all you need. The universe gives you an opportunity to step out on your own power. We doubt who we are because we have created a story or the illusion that we are dependent on that situation. We can't survive on our own. Yes, the hell you can. You came in the world by your own. You took your first breath by yourself. You took your first breath by yourself. Just saying. You have to stand and figure out what is the solution. How do you stand in your power? What do you need to do? Create a plan. I remember when my mom stayed with my dad for her kids and I had so much anxiety as a kid. Right. You can feel, children feel energy. They'll feel the dynamics that's going on. Y'all got to be in a space that you vibrate high. Understand who you are. Believe in your power. Believe in your endless capabilities, your endless possibilities. It might seem like the world is coming to an end at this moment in time. You might have a tower moment happening right now. But the tower moment is breaking down all the bullshit so it can help you rebuild a strong foundation for you to stand on. Rebuild a foundation for you to build your house, your temple. You have to know and believe. You can't be in a space that y'all doubt that. Don't ever doubt. You didn't come into this universe to work and die, pay bills and die. You didn't come into this universe to be miserable. You came into this universe to learn lessons and master this level. This is just a level of mastery. Master it. It's school. Universe taking you through school. Master that shit. You should have a PhD by the time you transition. Yep. Being single is beautiful, but being in a divine partnership is amazing. There's things that you experience in a divine partnership that you will not experience when you're single. So there's a time to be single and there's a time to unify. All right, y'all, let's count me down. I love y'all. I just wanted to share a little bit of wisdom with y'all. I will that y'all have an amazing day. If I can, I'll jump back on here and do some readings this evening. All right, peace.